start.
Pratap, for you, getting into art was not by chance. I mean, you've always been fond of it. That I've, in my conversations with you, you've told me that. But it came at a very later part of your life. Was there a particular reason why you were drawn to art?
Well, I've actually always believed that art is food for the soul, right? And but the soul you can satisfy after you satisfy the stomach. So I think it's primarily that. So I had a great career going around in corporate. Started with the Oberoys and then went on to the United Breweries Group, American Express for almost 18 years, 17 years, Mastercard, Thomas Cook, back again to American Express, and so on and so forth. So at that point, I felt that it's now time for me to do something that I can really feed my soul, something by which I would get satisfaction. And at the end of the day, if you're lucky and God has given you that, opportunity to take the chances that you can, then I think one should take it and lead a full life. Because that's at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right?
Was your family ever questioning your decision here?
Um,
Because it's a big thing, I mean, moving from a
yeah.
corporate world to an art world, which is totally volatile and
Oh,
a lot of
absolutely.
ways frivolous for a lot of people.
Look, I think Nathan, the thing is, I think I was lucky, as I said, because my son was well settled and the only offspring that we had. So I really had, from that perspective, no other responsibilities. My wife enjoys what she does, and she's continuing to work. And so when I told her that this is what I wanted to do, and we were okay. Otherwise, from a financial perspective, there wasn't an issue. Uh, so really, no questions. It was actually the organization that kept asking me whether I was joining someone else, and I kept telling them no, I'm going to do art, and they would never believe me. So the questioning really came from the
The
corporate
people you were
guys, the
leaving.
people I was leaving, not otherwise.
Has that helped? Has the corporate world in your art experience helped? I mean, you've got a great business understanding. You understand the dynamics of financials. So does that help you while you're in the art industry or whatever short period you've been into it?
Yeah, I think it helps on two planes, right? One is exactly what you said from the very practical aspect. At the end of the day, I didn't take art on to monetize it or to commercialize it, right? But as I understood, as I went forward, that there was an opportunity and maybe my works were being appreciated by people. It helps then for me to relate to people such as yourselves and other galleries and so on and so forth to understand what the business is. It's very easy for me to do that, right? I just step into it. So that was one part of it, to understand the business aspect of what art could be. Uh, the second, I think, is that because of the kind of experiences that one had while one worked, whether they were tenures in Southeast Asia or way back from where I come from, whether it was Nepal or so on, and and other such places, it gives you a lot of exposure in terms of the good things in life, the colors, the sophistication that kind of probably helps while you're doing your artworks. So I think it helped on both fronts.
One
We're done.
odd question in this sense. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether you've been asked this before. Does that make your work a little more commercial? I mean, does it give you a view to make more commercial works, things which people border on being commercial? I mean, it's a debatable topic from a lot of perspectives. But do you have a view which is more commercial, commercially viable rather?
No, so let me understand this. I think no, it's not a question of my wanting to paint what is commercial. I don't think that really is the is there at the core of it. I paint from my heart. Remember, I'm not tutored. I'm not I'm not from a school. So whatever I do, and I think a lot of the stuff that the colors that I use or the way that I paint, the textures that I use, are not very traditional or shall I put it from people whom you would expect from art schools.
Got it.
So it's off that grid.
Commercial.
Yeah.
Good.
So from that perspective, I'm yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Okay.